Okay, today we're here with Allen Koehler. He's the coordinator of International Recruitment at Wagner College. Welcome, Allen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Really nice to have you here.
Thanks.
Let me start off. Scholarships. What do you need to get a scholarship at Wagner College?
Absolutely, and I know that's definitely an important question, seeing as how the economy is going and everything like that. I know a lot of students are interested. How are they going to pay for it? We are fortunate enough to offer scholarships for international students. They're merit-based scholarships. Mainly we're looking...
Could you just define merit-based scholarships?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically what that means is that we're putting most of the emphasis on the students' results, test scores, things like that. But their full applications, also what they're involved in outside of the classroom, recommendation letters, things like that. We're looking at the full application from the first page to the last. We're making kind of a judgment call based on those merits, a scholarship for those students. We also do have performance-based scholarships for theater and music students, as well as technical theater, as well as any students who are interested in becoming part of our physician assistant program. Also, we are a Division I school with the NCAA, so that means we can offer athletic scholarships as well for those students who are interested in our athletic programs.
Okay. What does it mean to be a test-optional school?
Right, yeah, there's a couple hundred colleges and universities across the United States who have now gone what's called test optional. And what that means is that you don't have to submit your SAT or ACT scores if you don't want to. And a lot of students like this. And it's not because we are trying to ease up on our admissions requirements. It basically means that we don't feel that a one-time test like the SAT or the ACT is a good judge of how a student's going to do in college. We feel that a student's results are going to be a much better gauge of how that student is going to perform in the classroom once they reach that higher level. So all that means is that if you take this table, for instance, and you put everything that's in an application, so you have the application itself, the results, recommendation letters, extracurricular activity, as well as SAT or ACT scores, all we're doing is taking those test scores off that table. So that means we're going to look at everything on the table a little bit more closely, place a little more emphasis on the student's results, and that's really what it means. We just feel that the SAT or the ACT isn't the only way to judge how a student's going to do in college. We feel that the full application itself is a much better judge.
Do you feel that this will give international students an advantage, seeing as they don't have English as their mother tongue?
Well, I mean, if a student doesn't attend a school where English is the primary language, then we do require that student to take like the TOEFL or the IELTS. However, with that being said, if a student has, English is their primary language at the school, then they don't need to submit any scores. Basically, it just means that, a lot of students from outside the United States do not take the SAT or the ACT. It's not offered everywhere in the world. And it's the same with our U.S. students. We just don't require it.
Okay. How does your classes differ at Wagner College from other universities in the States?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're a smaller school. We're a school of about 1,800 undergraduate students, about 300 graduate students, give or take a few students, with many different types of majors. Since we are a liberal arts college, students do have to take the maths, the sciences, that general education core requirement. So every student's kind of in that boat. What makes us a little different is our location. Wagner College is located in New York City. We're located on one of the 5 boroughs, which is Staten Island. So we actually have our own campus. It's over 100 acres. We've been ranked as the most beautiful campus in the U.S. by Princeton Review before. So you have that college atmosphere on a campus, no city streets that cut through our campus. You have that birds are chirping and you don't hear cars or taxis or that kind of thing. But we're 25 minutes outside of Manhattan. So that's something that really kind of separates us, because you kind of get the best of both worlds. The small class sizes, that small college feel, that really home atmosphere, but next to the biggest city in the U.S. So in one way, that's a big advantage for us. But also using New York City to its full advantage. That's something that really sets us apart, because internships are required for all students. So by the time, if a student starts their first year at Wagner College and ends and graduates with Wagner, they are guaranteed going to have at least 2 internships by the time they graduate. And given today's climate, corporations and jobs, or whatever field you decide to go into, they're looking for people who are prepared and who have experience on the resume. And that's what's going to set Wagner students apart from a lot, because with those internships, they can build the resume. And when they graduate from Wagner, they have a solid resume that they can take to employers. And the less a company has to spend on training a student, the more marketable that student's going to be.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Allen.
Of course. Thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.